Board meeting for Township of Franklin, December 19th at 7 p.m. And all rise for the flag salute, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Christine, back to you for the open public meeting statement, please.
Notice of this meeting has been given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act and the annual notice of meetings. A copy was posted on the township website, and notice of this meeting was sent to the Sentinel, and a copy was posted at the Franklin Township Municipal Building.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mr. Milady?
Here.
Mr. Kelly?
Here.
Mr. Cahoot?
Here.
Mr. Constantine?
Here.
Mr. Doyle?
Here.
Mr. Ranson? Mr. Sleet?
Here.
Mayor Bruno?
Here.
Mr. Travaglione?
Here.
Chairman Couch?
Here. Okay, we'll move on to resolutions. PB 2311 Bargo Properties. Is there a motion on that resolution?
Motion to approve PB 23-11 Vargo.
Moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Milady?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Cahoot?
Yes.
Mr. Constantine?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Sweet?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Travaglione?
Yes.
Chairman Couch?
Yes. And now we have PB 2312 for Kevin, and there's no way I'm going to try pronouncing the last name. Is there a motion?
Make a motion for PB 2312.
Second. Moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Milady?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Cahoot?
Yes.
Mr. Constantine?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Sweet?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Travaglione?
Yes.
Chairman Couch?
Yes. All right, motion carries on both of them. We'll move on to, we have one application tonight, PB 2313 for Fiori Concrete.
I don't know if you want us all to stand, or
Yeah, we're going to.
what's your protocol?
We're going to introduce individuals that you have
Yeah.
testimony, and we'll ask them to swear in.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and happy holidays. My name is Douglas Baker. I'm an attorney in New Jersey, and I'm here representing Fiori Concrete, Inc. With this minor site plan application. He owns property located at 823 Delsea Drive and is looking to build a 2,175 square foot garage with three doors located at the rear of the property located at 823 Delsea Drive. I have here tonight Mr. Fiori's engineer, who is Greg Simons from Ewing Engineering, and also Mr. Fiori is also here, the applicant. So without further ado, I will.
Should we swear them in now? Yeah. Gentlemen, you raise your right hand. Swear the testimony about you will be the truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to the engineer to go through the engineer's first report and the subsequent second report.
Good evening, Mayor, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Greg Simons from Ewing Associates, the applicant's engineer for Fiori Concrete. We're here tonight for approval for site plan for a 2,175 square foot storage garage to be located on the property where his existing storage bins are onto the existing asphalt area. And he's also proposing a 20 by 24 foot storage bin behind his existing building to replace the storage bins that are being removed. There's a slight increase in impervious coverage, about 156 square feet. The site does drain to the rear. There's woods behind the site and a rail line. So I think it's a de minimis exception, where de minimis improvement, where we won't have any impact on the stormwater management or surrounding properties. All the other site improvements are to remain. There's existing parking located along Marshall Mill Road and Delsea Drive. Any of the variances are pre-existing conditions. There's no variances required. I believe we submitted supplemental plans that address most of the comments in the engineer's letter, but we'd be happy to go over that at this time or answer any questions that the board has.
Okay. Good, go ahead.
Do you normally go through your letter, or you want me to go?
Go ahead. I wanted to make sure you were done first, Mr. Simon.
Yeah, so if you look at our second letter, the items that I said that you have addressed, we can just touch upon the 3 remaining comments that I had, and then Chris, I don't know if there's anything take more on the record.
Yeah, I'll go over just the light conditions. You know, to go to the engineer and stuff.
So Greg, on the impervious coverage, I understand that there's 158 additional square feet worth of impervious. I know there's also noted on the plan that there was the overhang added in the front yard previously as part of a separate submission. Can you just provide some testimony regarding the adequacy of the existing stormwater management system on how this is being impacted by the slight change in the runoff, et cetera, and where the location is in relation to the riprap channel that's off the back of the asphalt?
Yes. The runoff goes to the west towards the rear of the property. The building will go onto the existing asphalt in the rear of the site where the storage bins are. So the runoff flow will continue to the west towards the rear, channeling through the riprap and the reaching out to the stone basin area in the rear of the site. With 158 square feet, it's really a minimal increase and will be absorbed on site and not have any impacts to off-site properties.
All right, can you just please clarify if there's downspouts proposed on the building itself? I didn't notice on the revised plan that there's any identified
Downspouts?
Yeah.
I'm going to have downspouts on the new building. Yes, I am. I'm going to have them in the corners of the new building, so they'll flow right back to the basin.
Okay, so can those please be identified?
We can add those to the plan.
That will be
On a perfected plan?
All right, and then my last comments regarding, it's been noted that there's an additional storage bin that's being added, but beyond the lights that are shown on the revised plan that's provided, the storage bin and the actual building itself, are any other improvements proposed on the site associated with this?
No.
No asphalt restoration needed?
I don't believe there's any asphalt restoration. I'll be removing the asphalt and putting down concrete for the pad. You may remove some of the additional asphalt on the outside of the building
To address your grading?
to address the grading, may provide some stone there to, again, that will decrease the impervious coverage.
Okay, can you please reflect those on the plan as well?
Yes.
I don't have much to add. This is a minor application. There are a few variances that are existing non-conforming conditions. I'll go over those. One is that there's a maximum permitted 25% of the required parking to be in the front yard. Since they have 2 front yards here and virtually all of their parking is in one of those 2 yards, all of their parking are more than 25% is in the front yard. Those are existing conditions that aren't proposed to change. And they've also got a fence in the front yard, almost immediately in front of the building along Delsea Drive. The front yard fences are not permitted. They're supposed to be in a side or a rear yard. Those are both existing conditions. The only comment I had that they had not addressed in the updated submission was about the lighting. Initially, they have not indicated whether or not there be any lighting on the building, but in terms of there is going to be 2 wall packs on the front of the building. And since where this is being located is pretty close to an adjacent residential backyard, we want to make sure that the lighting is shielded, directed down, so that you're not shining a light in somebody's backyard.
We can add notes to that effect to the plan.
Okay, so as long as the lighting will be shielded, I think it should be fine. Also, note, it looks like there's a pretty good row of evergreens either on your property or on the adjacent property that should provide some screening there.
So,
Okay, so as long as they agree to make sure the light is shielded, I have no problem with it. And then that's all.
I just have one question, Jeff.
Yeah.
Can you just clarify for the record the use of the building? What are you going to use it for?
No, just basically maintenance of my vehicles, greasing equipment, oil change, flat tires, undercoating the truck, just stuff I do in my own yard, which is kind of jammed up, just trying to make it easier space for me to manage. It's a lot easier to work that way.
storage of equipment.
And storage of equipment. I have no drive-through access in my middle bay. I got a new truck in the middle. It's not used. When I use my little dump truck, I pull it out fine, but at the end of work, I got to back it in every time, which is a pain. I'm trying to allow driving access through the middle bay to simply drive in and drive out like the other trucks. And the new estimate trucks blocking the bay I'll put inside the new garage. And I'll also have a little workshop inside the garage just to do like basic maintenance and stuff like that. So the other thing is I have stuff on the outside of the 3 bays of the existing. I have a lawnmower, I have a thing for scissor lift for building maintenance, I have a stump grinder, and they're all blocking up walking access between the bays. Just makes my life a lot easier having things organized and spaced out right, and the main thing is having driving access through the middle bay, so at the end of work I don't have to back that truck and trailer in every day. That's a big headache. It just makes things a lot easier for me.
Questions?
I just have one question. I don't know how old this overhead picture is, but, I'll just ask you, the property line that you share with an adjacent residential house, how tall are those existing evergreens? Are they still alive and in good shape?
Oh, yeah. Them evergreens are real healthy, definitely. Yes, they're very high and healthy. Yes.
I have an aerial picture
Is that recent?
I can present to the board. It's the latest that Google has, and I guess we present it as an exhibit.
Yeah, mark it as A1.
You testified they're about how tall are those evergreens?
They're high. They're very high. They're higher than the existing building that's there now. And my new structure is going to be, he said, that same height or a little lower than the structure. So they are definitely hiding everything. And there's woods in the back of me anyway. There's nothing behind me except the base and roller tracks and high woods. So there's really no view of the building.
I was more concerned with the resident next door.
He's all good. I do his snow in the wintertime for him. He has no problem at all with me. No problem. I actually bought the property off his mom years ago. Yes. And I take care, you guys know I take care of my place. I maintain everything, take care of everything, and I make the township look good, and I do awesome concrete work. I ain't bragging, but it's 38 years straight doing the same thing, and my name is very important to me. And I keep the township looking nice.
You did a nice job with that last application that came in.
Thank you.
You're one of the few businesses that stores almost everything inside.
I take care of my stuff.
That's it, but it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It almost looks like the day, I remember when you built it, it looks almost the same.
Yeah, I take care of it. It means a lot.
Michael, was there notification on this?
Yes.
And just for the record, the notification was satisfactory?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent everything, all the notices, the publication to Mr. Borelli, and I did receive an email that was circulated, I don't know if circulated to the board or, but
everything is good.
everything was good and accurate and in accordance with with your zoning ordinance and the state law.
Very good.
I move to open the public.
Second. The motion is second, all in favor? Aye. We're in public portion on this application. Does anyone wish to come forward?
Bill Morris, Oak Avenue, Malaga. Mr. Chair and members, I hope you look favorably on this application. It's one of the nicer buildings on Delsea Drive. You know, we have a lot of marginal properties, but this one is, since it's been built, has been very well maintained and is an asset to the township. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. It's nice to hear a positive comment. Anyone else? At this time, I entertain a motion to close public portion.
Move to close. Second.
Moving second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Anyone have any additional questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve PD 2313 with all the necessary waivers and variances requested. Second.
All right, I got a motion and I have a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Milady?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Kahoot?
Yes.
Mr. Constantine?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Sweet?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Trevelyan?
Yes.
Chairman Peck?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll get the revised plan to you as soon as possible. And I assume you'll approve like you did with the last
meeting.
couple, you'll approve the next meeting and then I'll receive a copy.
Yep.
All right, thank you very much. Everyone have a great holiday.
Mike, can I have this up here for your record? I'll give it to you after the meeting. Okay, let's move on to correspondence. The Agricultural Advisory Committee report. Ralph, you want to touch briefly on that?
Sure. Every year, the Township's Agricultural Advisory Committee, which is a subset of the Planning Board, must make an annual compliance statement to the Township, to the county, and to the state on when it's done. And you all have copies of the reports. We have roughly $500,000 in the bank, and we like spending it. And this past year was a really good year for the committee and the township. In '23, we preserved 4 farms totaling 122 acres, and we assisted on another Gloucester County acquisition of 20 acres. We now have 3,400 preserved farm acres in Franklin, of which 1,000 have been preserved by monies from this township. So about, I guess, 30% of all the farmland that is preserved we pay for as township residents. 1% of our tax dollar gets set aside. Roughly every quarter, about $30,000 is added to the dedicated open trust fund. The money can be spent in 3 different directions: farmland preservation, parks and recreation, and historical buildings. To date, we have no historical buildings. And we have set aside $200,000 of the funds to be spent out at the Connie Hollow recreation area. That's it. That's the annual compliance report.
Okay, thanks, Rob. And also in correspondence is the Land Development Review Committee of Gloucester County on Ken Dorney. That report is in there. And we'll move on to minutes of the November 21st meeting. Is our motion to approve the minutes submitted electronically for the November 21st meeting? I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Milady?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Kahoot?
Yes.
Mr. Constantine?
Abstain.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Sweet?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Trevelyan?
Yes.
Chairman Peck?
Yes. Thank you. At this time, I entertain a motion to go into public portion.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
We're in public portion. Anyone wish to come forward?
Bill Morris, O'Gavin, Malaga. Mr. Chair, just as a suggestion before the subcommittee for the reassessments looks at, you might want to have an open meeting where any resident can up and present their ideas to you guys before you start negotiating and discussing any possible changes to the master plan. It would show transparency, and this way the voters know that you're taking their ideas into consideration. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Dave Marshall, 67 New Road. Just wanted to see if there was any progress in plans for meetings or anything for the master plan.
No update this time.
Okay. Has anybody presented? I thought Barbara said she was going to the information going on with right now with ANJAC about warehouses, and there's some state negotiations going right now that'll help protect rural towns from. Okay, yeah, from sprawling warehouses. The video is kind of droll, but it does have a lot of good information on it. That talks about ways of protecting the towns and things like that that can be looked into to help in some that's our type of community. Just want to make sure everybody's aware of it. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Motion to close the open public portion.
Move, is there a second? Move second, all in favor?
Aye.
Michael, no need for a closed session?
There is not.
Okay, and as we wrap up the end of the year, it's my understanding that Michael has decided to slow down a little bit. Mike, I'm trying to remember, it was probably like early 90s, 92 or so when I got involved, and you've been the solicitor of the board for all those years, well, then maybe one or two type of thing, and I've enjoyed working with you. We've had some lively conversations at times, but your intent was always to try to keep us out of trouble, and I personally want to thank you for your service, and I wish you well, and I only wish I could slow down just like you. But with that said, in all seriousness, Michael, thank you. On another note, there was some correspondence between myself and the office today about the electronic version of drawings. My understanding, and Christine, correct me if I'm wrong, you're able to scan in the 8x11s, but you can't scan in the drawings. I am of belief, and I'm asking the board this question, I feel that an applicant should have to submit the entire package, including the drawings, electronically to the office, and that should be on the checklist as the application being complete before they come to a hearing. In today's world, this week so far, I did 3 submittals to architects, and it was 100%. They were e-drawings, and it was 100% electronically. So a little more work on the applicant side, okay, but a lot less work on the office side, because now you'll have the entire package, including the drawings and the application, or the 8x11s, and you can submit it to the board for review. Having the board members drive to the township to pick up drawings, this is 2023.
And the professionals too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Everybody should be getting them electronically. Is there any discussion or disagreement or any comment?
Let me add to that. I don't believe it's a hardship to the applicant, because I believe all of the surveyors and engineers, whatever, they're already putting it in a PDF file. They send it to the applicant reviews it, they send it back. Then they actually send it to the printer, and the printer prints it, and then they carry paper into here for us to try to unfold without hitting the microphone. And then we have to go to the office to pick it up. Some of it's done because we're lazy, so we wait for it electronically. This way we can all sit home with our feet up and watch it on our own laptops. And then the applicant can actually utilize these boards that we spent money on and put them up on the screen, and I hate to use the word peanut gallery, the audience can see it as well. Typically, all the presenters, just the applicants show it to us, and the community can't see it. So I think it's a wonderful idea. I think it should be in the form of a motion, and I think we should institute that policy beginning in next year, 24. So I'm formally making the motion that all applications be done PDF and hard copy plans.
Yeah, I got the second down here before I close. So we understand it, the hard copies still have to be provided because that's all part of the application. Right. We're talking about the hard copies in electronic format so it can be reviewed prior to the meeting is what we're talking about here. Yeah, the hard copies don't go away. All right, I have a motion in a second. Michael, are we legitimate legally over here?
Yeah, I mean, somebody could say it's not on the checklist. I mean,
well, we're going to put it on the checklist.
Eventually, we're going to put it on there. So, maybe some applicants who are not represented by professionals might have a little bit of trouble with it. But I'm sure you'll be
Tell them to
flexible.
stop by my office and I'll scan it for them.
Yeah, so
they have it.
you may need a little flexibility for a couple of months, I guess, but you're okay. Yeah.
Maybe make it effective March.
All right.
But if people are already filing an application.
How many applications are already filed?
Yeah, we won't affect it. We won't go back to that.
Honestly, those are, I believe, all electronic.
Okay. All right. And to my point, and to Jimmy's point, if there's a hardship, we'll certainly hear.
Like Mike said, you got to protect the residents.
Yeah. That's what I mean. If somebody's having a hardship, we'll certainly waive the requirement. Let's do it that way. We have the ability to waive the requirement. And I'm really looking more, I'm not looking at a large application that's represented by attorneys and engineers. I'm looking at the homeowner that is doing a lot line adjustment, and we can certainly waive that for the first quarter of next year. Okay, a motion in the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, anybody else?
I'm just going to make a comment.
Yes, sir.
Based on follow up your comment, but I actually looked it up. 22 of the last 26 years I've been representing the planning board. And,
Time flies when you're having
oh
fun.
my
Mike.
goodness, yeah. So yeah, I had 5 boards, and I represented Newfield for 30 some years. So that went first, and then the Board of Ed last year after 39 years. And so this is the third one in line, so to speak, just to have some more free time. But I very much enjoyed it. Nice to represent the board where I have lived all my life and grew up and so forth. I appreciate those of you who said you've been happy to have me stay. So I'm not getting thrown out, which I appreciate. I'm leaving on my own voluntarily. So thank you for your support, and I will be, if the zoning board will have me, I'll still be doing zoning, so you'll still be
around.
I'll still be around, and the ladies are always welcome to call me and still help out with whatever I can.
Okay. All right, very good. Excellent. All right. Motion adjourned?
Make a motion.
I have a motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. And Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that was my fault.